Peace, peace, happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Remembering right now, our inner world reflects outwardly. And right now, there's a part of our being that's looking to wage war towards another aspect of our being, you know. And, I think of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I think I'm saying it right. Sun Tzu, something like that. But, in that, it's speaking to the physical aspect of warfare, and at the same time, though, the physical aspect of warfare is also connected with our spiritual aspect, because again, it's about shifting our inner universe to create a different reality, and that's the name of the game, you know what I'm saying? And with one of the aspects I think about, like how it speaks on not to get your, like be overly angered or angered easy, and where insults make you mad and stuff like that. And I think about, with the shootings and stuff like that, always been happening. Look, we understand that, slavery and the discrimination of certain people in America has always been implemented. But again, if we want to help that situation, want to focus on the solutions and not the problem. If you can, this is facts. This is the way the universe works. You could argue it if you want, but it's a fact that if you continuously pay attention to the problem without paying attention to the solution, you're only going to get more of the problem. It is what it is. You don't have to take my word again. Like, you don't have to believe what I'm saying, but that you see it in the everyday. And so with this aspect again of dealing with the art of war, realizing again, like, to not look at the external aspect as if I'm about to go fight against it in that sense. It's just understanding, like, hey, it's a part of my being that's waging war. Because again, it starts within. Because think about like how you look into heal yourself spiritually, but then there's certain things inside of you that, like, looks to hinder you from that growth and from that transformation. And again, that inner, what's going on in your inner universe reflects outwardly, as these antagonists or these, beings that's trying to wage war on you on what seems like a physical level, but again, it's all spiritual as well. But, from an external standpoint, but again, the more you line up with a certain, again, wholeness and balance within your being, and harmonized inside of your being, you'll be a beacon of that change externally. And again, your actions, because again, it's like, oh, I just gotta sit down and no, again, as we heal our inner realm, the actions that we take will be in alignment with the solutions and the highest good for ourselves and others externally. And again, it's not from the perspective of trying to help just this plane of existence in that sense, because again, this is like a prison planet, or like, and again, not prison in a bad way, but this is a let's just say a plane of existence that's a denser form of reality. And again, like, within this reality, something has to harm something else in order to get its energy, in some way, form, or fashion. Again, the only because even for a breatharian, again, a breatharian is harming the cells that would like to eat food, like the cells that was used to eating food and like to eat food are being harmed in that sense. So again, within this realm, no matter what you do, so even if you think you're by being a breatharian, you're not harming anything. That's again, because even holding the space of a breatharian is something that's harmful to politics and the government. You know what I'm saying? So again, within this reality, it's something. It's always some give and take type of energy. Again, you could be as peaceful as you want to animals and stuff like that. But when you eat vegetables, vegetables is a living thing. Photosynthesis is a living operation. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you eat healthy foods, you're harming the unhealthy cells in your body. If you're eating unhealthy food, you're harming the healthy cells in your body. Again, this is just in a parody of this situation too. Like, and again, it's two sides to one coin. It's not two different things. We're basically realizing like the wholeness of source energy. Like, it's not like the devil is one whole other entity, and then God is a whole nother entity. No, they're both one and the same, and it's just been personified for us to, we personify these things in order to understand the stories and, what's really going on in the situation. And again, back to realizing this is not a physical, fight in that sense of it. And again, it's doing it smart and not hard. And when you read the book, again, I'm listening to it on the audio book, but the Art of War, most of the tactics speak to being, doing this in a smart manner, not a hard manner. Like every tactic is about working smart and not hard. You know what I'm saying? And I think about, again, because that's the same thing that's being implemented from, that antagonist. And as I say antagonist, realize there is no enemies. It's like playing the game. Yeah, CJ might be on San Andreas, CJ beefing with the Ballers, but they both in the same game. You know what I'm saying? Even though CJ and the Ballers are in San Andreas game, and they don't really realize that they both in the same game. You know what I'm saying? They are in the same game. You know what I'm saying? But within, again, because for practical purposes, we are on a physical experience. And and I, so for practical purposes, yes, I am in a melanated suit, and yes, within America, melanated beings are, attacked, and physically, spiritually, emotionally, just on all levels. You know what I'm saying? That this is something that that is going on. And again, it's having awareness, knowing what the problem is, and then focusing on the solution. Because again, fighting hate with hate, that's going to bring your energy down. And then again, because this is an energetic situation, you bring your energy down, and then your heart won't be as light as a feather, and then you won't be able to transition from out of this reality. And again, it's like a game and a lesson in that sense. Like, if you don't realize that it's not about getting caught up in the flesh, getting caught up in this reality, then you're going to end up reincarnating back into it. You don't have to believe me or this and that. Do your own research and studies, tap in for yourself. And as you do that, you will see, what I'm speaking to. And again, right now, or just within this reality in general, is about, again, being timeless, being the moment to the fullest. Simultaneously, we healing our past and creating our future in our now moment, and the now moment is like a time machine. So being fully present, again, understanding our own self to the fullest, not somebody else, but like, what's my strengths, what's my weaknesses, what I'm saying, and embracing, the wholeness of my being. I embrace all of my, my shadow aspects, all of my, shadow aspects, uh, just any type of thing we may deem negative about ourselves, embracing it. And by embracing it, it's just, again, an aspect of acceptance, and at the same time not embodying that energy. Like, say for instance, doing shadow work doesn't mean, in that sense, like, in order to embrace my shadow, I have to constantly be participating in shadow behavior. It just means to accept it, to shine that light on that shadow, and and accept it for what it is, and not judge it. Because the whole reason why we have a shadow, it exists from judgment and from placing things in the box of what's desired behavior and what's undesired behavior, and all the things that fall under undesired behavior. When we did these things, we kind of pushed it to the back of our mind and tried to forget it and tried to act like it's not there, you know. And again, think about the story of God or creation. Like if God created, you know, a certain being, but then try to push that being to the side, like you don't really look too hot. I'm gonna push you to the side. That energy gonna fester up. And again, on that flip side of it, who's right or wrong, in that sense of for that energy to feel some kind of way because it was neglected or pushed to the side. And again, this is the inner aspect of what's going on, and it reflects outwardly, you know. And again, unconditional love doesn't mean being nice, you know, in the sense of like, to be nice is almost like being a fool in some cases, and it's aligned with that word, but you want to be authentic, because loving myself to the fullest is not just being nice to just be nice. It's being authentic. Because I love myself, I'm going to express myself authentically to place myself in authentic and real situations, and again, it's a growth. Don't be mad at yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It's a constant growth. Don't hence why it's about being in the moment. Don't focus on well, so and so already done got this far on their growth, or so and so already like cutting flips in the astral planes, and I'm not. Oh, I need to hurry up. No, just do your best in your moment to moment. Because my best and your best and so and so's best is all different. You know what I'm saying? But just want to again share that aspect and understand the deepness of what's going on. You know, don't stick your head in the sand. Because sticking your head in the sand is putting yourself in a vulnerable position. You want to be aware of what's fully and really going on, and at the same time be solution oriented. What's the solution? And I'm gonna focus on that. Because again, that's another thing. Showing how this is just like, because what's funny how consciousness correlate on all levels. Like in the Western civilization, it's preventive health. So in Western civilization, people don't feel like it's time to act until like, oh, the doctor just said it's time to cut off my leg. Now it's time to start eating healthy. Where in the East, like always been implementing these things on every, moment to moment basis and not waiting. And for which, when you're doing it that way, you don't have those build up moments of like, oh shit, I better do something for my leg. And the same thing with the process in America, where it's like, people been seeing the unhealthy aspects of hate and racism and stuff like that. So just because another brother got shot, just recently, again, like, it's almost like the doctor saying that now it's time to cut off the leg. So now you want to, what I'm saying? Like, it's like, in the moment, preventive. It's like waiting to the last minute, because again, we've been knowing what's been going on, so we already know and I, in a sense of not already know the solutions, but again, like, we always been seeing what the problem is, so we familiar with like, all right, what it is, so I could start implying solutions. But just want to share again. Remember too, to each his own on how you're dealing with this situation. Listen to your inner guidance and not nobody else, not mine, not nothing else. I'm sharing this video because I like to share videos and speak on certain things. This is not a video to tell you how to live your life or what to do, or what I'm saying, in that sense. And even with the aspect of taking what resonate and leaving what don't, even ask yourself, because again, shout out to Till Swine, some things that may resonate with you may not be healthy for you, like it's resonating because it's a unhealthy subconscious programming that you've been had, and it's in agreement with it. Because say for instance, if I'm in a vibration of feeling like I'm broke, You know, when somebody talk about, oh yeah, I'm broke too, and this and that, and you like, you know, that resonates with me. You know, again, like just because that resonate don't mean that that's the best thing for you. You know, because you gotta ask yourself, what is that resonate? Is that resonating with the highest good of my being, or is this resonating with a certain program and possibly a certain program, and that's really not beneficial to me? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, be aware of that. And when you see things that resonate, you know, pull that up as a question. Like, all right, why does what Bobby Hemmett's saying right now resonate, or Dr. Phil Valentine, or Brother Panic, or Blue Pill, whatever, you know, all the people we vibe with, you know, like what is it, you know, that I'm resonating with? And why do I resonate with this? Do I resonate with this because of some type of programming? Do I resonate with this because it resonates in my heart? You know what I'm saying? I feel it in my soul, you know, very key to assess these things because again, 2020 clear vision, we're gonna see all the trueness of our, you know, what's going on, you know, down to certain little aspects where some of us still might be holding on to keeping the establishment, you know, up, even though it seemed like, oh, I'm conscious and I'm trying to, you know, do this and do that, and at the same time, still in some way, form, or fashion, doing things to, you know, uplift, you know, and again, this is back to the art of war situation. You know, of course, some of us like doing videos and you know, and just living, because that's another thing too. Like, there's no enemies, so it's nothing to be, you know, against, as long as what you're expressing or what you're expressing is beneficial to yourself and others. Then that's, you know, that's all that matters. Whether it be, you know, in the form of quote unquote entertainment, you know, because again, comedians are, you know, that like that's almost one of the highest levels of shamanism, is being a comedian, you know, and created that lightheartedness and being able to bring up situations like you think about Dave Chappelle, little special on that. I mean, matter of fact, on YouTube, but a YouTube channel named Netflix is a joke, but his last, you know, comedy show, you know, which again it was like comedy, but it's, you know, it's bringing up realness. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just align with your inner guidance to the best of your ability. You know, but peace, happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now, peace.